there's just a part of you that wants to be like, oh, oh. Hello, y'all. We are finally here. We are listening to Avenged Sevenfold, St. James. And this song was freaking lovely. It was lovely. And you're going to see my reaction to it in just a few seconds. But before we do, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's get into it.
This is the story of a man who conquered life drinking and ship unmanned. Marked by genius, channeled good by some, a bit misunderstood. They've been wrong many times before. Sometimes our saints are sinners. They blur the light to lead the way. Their way. Raise hell and a glass in reverence. The fearless lives of our great saints. Our saints.
Ugh. Okay. This is lovely. And it's okay, for one, right off the bat, you have that ambiance sound as if you're in, I want to say a bar. Or maybe like a restaurant, but not, I feel like it's in a bar. So you have like these clinking of glasses, you have like the soft humming of like ambiance, just like the sound of, you know, people moving about and doing things and things like that. And then you start right off the bat with, this is the story of a man who conquered life, drink in hand. Ship unmanned, marked by genius, channeled good, by some a bit misunderstood. They'd been wrong many times before. So Avenged Sevenfold is taking on the role of like the narrator in this, which is pretty cool and different as well. For, you know, it's a very specific way. It's a specific way of doing a song. It's a specific way of writing a song, performing a song, etc. It's got this steady, constant build to it. So the way that they layered in each kind of next little section, add on another piece. It was really, really lovely to just kind of have that very steady build to it. And the guitar is absolutely lovely. M. Shadow's vocals obviously are very lovely. We're gonna look at the verse 2 as well. Sometimes our saints are sinners. They blur the lines and lead the way, their way. Raise hell and a glass in reverence, the fearless lives of our great saints, our saints. So when they say sometimes our saints are sinners, they blur the line and lead the way, their way. It's kind of like those characters that, or those people in history that have challenged the way that things are kind of supposed to be, and therefore do things that are inherently wrong, but for the for the greater good. It's the morally gray hero is what I'm getting from this so far. But we're gonna continue and see where this takes us, because it could take us in a completely different direction, and what I am saying now could be completely dashed. So let's continue.
Never a stranger to late night snake bite, fist fights, and empty pints. Unrivaled heights, yeah. He led with songs they sing along, created bonds that held so strong. Some were right and some were wrong. Sometimes our saints are sinners. They blur the line to lead the way. Their way. Raise hell in a glass in reverence. The fearless lives of all great saints. All saints.
Ugh. The guitar.
It's by the sea, and that night 10, that's when the sins will begin. That's when he had that certain light inside his head. For every whisper he would scream, for every drought he'd share a dream. For every sorrow there's a light from all St. James. On the sea by the cliffs he watches, he waits the night to see the day his way. Last call will find us all, but there's a light that leads away, our way. Sometimes our saints are sinners, they blur the line to lead the way, their way. Raise hell in a glass in reverence, the fearless lives of all great saints, all saints.
Okay, the layering voices there that he does are absolutely gorgeous, and always makes me like. Part of me was like holding back. I'm like, don't sing along. Don't sing along. You're listening to this. But there's just a part of you that wants to be like, oh. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think I want to go back and just say one thing, that it's not necessarily. I'm like, yeah, you kill one person, but it's for the greater good. The people, the saints that they're talking about, the heroes that they're talking about, are still people, and they have flaws. And so, snake bite, fist fights, and empty pints, unrivaled height. He leads the song, they sing along, created bonds that held so strong, some were right and some were wrong. So it's creating this connection with people and doing the best that you can, but also realizing that you're human, that you're flawed, and accepting that we aren't perfect. I think that's an inspiration to others to also accept that they're not perfect. And also really humbling too. Like if someone is realizing they're not perfect, regardless of what they've achieved in their life. It's kind of like you can see you've done all this and yet you are still humble about who you are as a person, not what you did in all your deeds, you know? So I think it's just, like I said, morally gray hero and realizing we ain't perfect. And then when it gets to the part where it says, oh yeah, on the sea by the cliffs he watches. He wails. He waits the night to see the day his way. Last call will find us all. So that's like the play on words of when you're at a bar and there's last call, but then last call as in last call, like death will find us all. We are mortal. We are not infinite creatures, you know? And there's a light that leads the way. And then he says, our way. It's not perfect. And I think that's again, kind of the core of this, is that there can be so much light and goodness, but also darkness. And it's not black or white. But I really like that. The vocals were lovely. The layering was lovely. The guitar was absolutely lovely. And this was such a... Because I've listened to some songs, and I think the last one I listened to was Crossroads. So going from like Crossroads to this is different. Because this, it just has this steadiness through it. It has this, it's not, I don't want to say, it's not extreme. There's another word I'm looking for, but like it's steady, and it's this very beautiful, flawed story that is being told, and it's not, the music is there to support it and not broken up into these different sections or punchy in sense of like jumping kind of from thing to thing. And not to say that Crossroads was fucking awesome, it was insane, but it's just a different type of song, you know, and I think this really fits the lyrics, and it just was a lovely thing to listen to. It's not something that's just like, you know, because there are moments for those songs, and those songs are very fun, but this one was just very grounding, inspiring, lovely, and it was lovely. So thank you very much for recommending this. Thank you so much for waiting for me to listen to this. I know you guys have mentioned this one before, so thank you guys so much. And yeah, if you like this reaction, please hit the subscribe, hit the like button, whatever you feel like. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.